Today I'm going to show you how to use the Myolift at home. So what I would suggest you do is look in the mirror and see what areas bother you. So when I look in the mirror, the thing that bothers me is a little bit here that's getting a little bit sort of crepey, not too pleasant, and my jawline is losing its definition, and there's a little bit here that goes a bit floppy at times. And then I'm going to work on my cheek and then the eye. So the machine is on level 2 Educate. So my probes have been dipped in my conductive gel, so make sure your probes are wet. So one of my applicators is going to lift this little bit of gel, so it holds, and the second probe is just going to be stationary together, so you're like lifting the muscle and then holding it. And all you're going to do is count to 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then all you're going to do is carry on across the jawline and count to 3. Very straightforward and easy. And then if you want, I'm not counting to 3 because I should be really bored. So I'm just going to lift and hold. And then if you want to, you can repeat. And you can do it all over again. You can do it 3 times if you want, if you've got the time. So I'm going to just show you. So you're lifting and holding. Lifting and holding. Now another nice move you can do is if you want to define this jaw. So one movement goes to sort of just by the end of the jawline, and then that one just holds for a count of 3. And then what you can do is you can take that all the way down, so you're doing the neck as well. And if you want to do this little bit here, so count to 3. And again, you can do that 3 times. So I'll do that again. So you've got lifting and holding here. You've got a sweep and then another sweep. Now say this little bit here is getting a bit droopy, so you can position it by the corner of the mouth and then just lift and you count to 3. So that's actually a really nice movement. You actually can see the upper lip go up. So another nice movement is the corner of the nose, and then you can just lift, so it's like you're giving yourself a little snarl. And count to 3. And again you can do this 3 times. So on the cheeks, again very straightforward. One is going to lift the cheek muscle, so one stationary. So you can just lift and hold. And again you work all the way across. So you can actually see my skin pinking up as I'm doing it, so it's definitely working. So now I'm going to go and do the eye area. So what I'm going to do now is change it to level 1. It's a lower setting for the eye area. So if I just change to Educate level 1 and I press run. So I'm now going to do my eye. So the eye is really lovely. You can get underneath the eye socket and just lift. So one lifts and one is stationary. And again you count to 3. Again, and then again you just work your way all the way across. 1, 2, 3, and then you get a really nice scoop on the eye. So I'll just turn so you can see that scoop. Now if you're worried about lines around your eyes, you can do a nice little stretching movement there, because the eye muscle is a round muscle. You can just stretch that really nicely, and you can go in, and then you've got one that you can go across. So again you can do those nice movements. I'll repeat the eye movement. So you can lift, so you're lifting, so one lift and one hold, so lift and you hold and count to 3. And then you can stretch open if you've got some lines around the eyes. You can go inwards to help. So just do that one more time. So if I do it a few times, you might actually see you get a really nice lift and it opens the eyes lovely. And if you want, you can just do a little bit of lifting on the cheek. Now, if this area here, you've got a frown here, you can do this with Educate, and then later you can do it with Erase. So you can just pull the muscle. So you actually, so if you can imagine, if you do that frown, you're pushing the muscle inwards. So what you want to do is pull it outwards to relax it for making that expression. And then with the forehead, if you've got more lines, you can just again strengthen. And again, you can do this later on, you can run the erase program across this. So you just pull. And then with the forehead, I should pin my hair back, you can take it right up into the hairline. So right up into the hairline when stationary, and that lifts up. So if you make, I don't make that expression, so it's hard to make it, but if you've sort of got deep lines here, you want to just stretch the line. So the aim is, if you can think, it's called educate, so you want to re-educate that muscle from making that expression. And even though we all think they're lines and wrinkles, I think I prefer to call them expression lines. It just means you've made the expression many, many times. So I'm just going to go back and do that. So, I mean, I think now you can actually see I've got a nice little lift there, and my jawline is looking, yeah, quite nicely lifted actually. And that is, what, 5 minutes. So now what you can do, you can press your machine to erase. So I'm going to be on erase 2. I'm putting some more gel. And then, so if you've got some areas which are getting a bit crepey, or you want to erase the things, you can, like, it's like rubbing it away, rubbing around your lines. I mean, you can do your stretching movements again. There's no wrong, there's no right, it's just doing it. And it is accumulative. The more you do, the better results. So with erase, this is how I use my erase. But if you've got, then if you're working on lines on the eyes, you can, one can stationary, and you can just, and then around here, you can just rub. Try not to knock the probes, which I do quite regularly, I try not to. And the same with the forehead here. So if you can think of them, educate is educating the muscle to go back to the position it's meant to be. In erase is you're erasing everything away. But then remember, it's also working on the skin. So the more you do, your skin's going to get toned and look brighter and fresher. So, as I said, you can do this for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You can do it just before you're going out somewhere, just to give the skin a bit of a lift. I mean, to be honest with you, I've got one at home, even though I can do it at work. Yeah, that actually looks quite nice. Easy and simple. Enjoy using your Myolift.